If you've never played Monster Hunter, you are missing out on the most adorable of all video game made art form, anything in the history of art and anything. This has got to be the cutest thing I've ever seen in my entire existence. Oh, look at the smile. Man, people who don't play Monster Hunter are missing out on the most adorable gameplay in history of video games. HJ Hunts. Welcome to Season 2 of HJ Hunts. Welcome to Season 2 of HJ Hunts. It's a whole new world with a brand new attitude. Iceborne. I gotta say right off the bat, I love. I cannot imagine how good this is. So I've heard from the Monster Hunter community that Iceborne was really good compared to World. And I was like, am I going to understand that as someone who is new and who didn't necessarily have to wait a year for Iceborne? Like, I'm going straight back to back World to Iceborne. Is it that good? Yes, it is. I'm only 4 hours into Iceborne, but my God, everything about this game is so much better. So let's try to break this down in a HJ Journal style. The first thing is the new combo. My Switch Axe has a new combo, as all of you have been saying for a while. I can now like spam B three times, hit Y. So towards the end of Season 1, I was really like getting used to using Y a lot and starting to roll to unsheath my Switch Axe and using Y to kind of get my high shots. I was actually using B very little versus the beginning of Season 1. I was using B a lot for some reason and not Y very often. Now it's reversed. Now I want to use B again because you do this setup of like whoosh, whoosh, and then you hit Y, and then like it charges the axe, and then you do a flip, and then you charge the axe again and damage, and then you can combo that into a sword. My Switch Axe gameplay has just like leveled up 2 levels. So love the new weapon combo. Have not tried all the other weapons. We will get around to it eventually. The Clutch Claw. I've heard of this since the first multiplayer stream. What is the big deal with the Clutch Claw? What a game changer. This thing, I can see the inspiration for like the wire bug. Love it. The fact that I'm like, okay, I smack you up a little bit, then I can just like swoop to you and like soften you up. Or I can like unload my like gauntlet of stuff into your mouth and ram you into a wall. Like, it adds so much to the gameplay and it has me thinking about so much things. And I'll have to admit, after 10 weeks of playing Monster Hunter World, I was starting to get into the rhythm of like, oh, is this all there is? Like, my favorite fights were when I could use the elements or I could like do something other than just kind of repeat my combo over and over, try to like position, do combo, position, do combo. It was getting slightly monotonous, you know, as far as Monster Hunter monotony goes. Now with the Clutch Claw, I'm like, okay, there's the environment, there's my combo, there's the setup, there's all these other things I can do. I'm stimulated again. I'm excited. I love it. We're gonna get into the new monsters I fought. I did not fight very many monsters on stream 1. Because we did the Witcher DLC on the first Iceborne stream as kind of like a little filler part, which I covered in the last journal. And I spent a lot of time just taking in the new world, starting with like the new music. We've got more Monster Hunter music. The soundtrack is so damn good in this series, and Iceborne just brings in even more of that. You saw, like I always sample the soundtrack to see like how I can like mix that into my production. You guys saw with the trailers. I absolutely love the Iceborne soundtrack. Snow! I landed in snow and I'm like, oh, I'm in Canada, Monster Hunter Canada. And the first thing that came to mind was like, can I draw a dick in the sand? And not in the sand, in the snow. I didn't say it on stream. I'm saying it here. I'm going to be fully transparent. I saw snow and I was like, can I actually draw a dick in Monster Hunter? I did not do it. I thought of it, but instead I drew HE in the attempt to do Hey J. But I'm sure a lot of immature men out there, and hey, maybe women too, have drawn dicks in the snow, because who wouldn't? And then Classy just kind of like started ruining everything, so we gave up on that. But man, snow mechanic, fantastic. We have a new hub, and this new hub is fantastic. I'm saying fantastic so much, I'm kind of annoyed of hearing myself say it, but okay, in Astera or whatever, the old hub, whoever designed that, I don't know what they were thinking. I think they were thinking of what it looked like versus how functional it was. Having a whole hub divided across like 4 stories that you have to hustle through some stairs is not good thinking. The fact that they had to put the chains that you had to like teleport around to fix the issue that it was hard to get around that town shows how poorly designed that town was. In here, the new hub everything is laid out so that you can kind of go like, boop, 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 let's go hunt. Like, it's compact. It makes sense. It's on one level. You can basically do a circuit of the town, get your items, get your food, get your whatever you need, and then you're out, which is exactly what a hub world should be. Next, we've got an awesome room customization. So the room is way better. The room customization is kind of ridiculous, honestly. Like, it's like they took the whole Animal Crossing game and they're like, now it's Monster Hunter. Do what you want with it. So I spent a good 10-15 minutes customizing my room. I don't know how crazy I'm going to go after that, but I was in there because I really needed to look at Gaijin Hunter's Devil Joe. He gave me that when I slayed my first Devil Joe. He said if I do not cart on my first Devil Joe, he will get me a statue. He got it to me, and I could not look at it until I started Iceborne. So now it's finally in my room, and it's so cool because it's right next to an armor set. And the armor set I have on display is the armor I wore to kill Diablos. So in my room, it's already personal, where I have like my memento of killing like my first wall. And then I have like the Gaijin Hunter trophy acknowledging me. And it's just so personal and I love it. There's still a few more things we're going to add to that room, but I like that you can unlock more things. The more you play the game, the more decoration options unlock. It's just so good. Like, how is this a DLC? It shouldn't be. A whole other minigame, 2 minigames unlocked, one being the Surveyor set by, I'm going to call him we'll call him the Pervy Sage. So you got like this old Wyverian dude who's like, I want you to go take pictures of the young kiddies taking a hot bath, or I want you to take pictures of what are they doing over there in their own room or house. And it's like, in any other context, if you really think about it, it is super creepy. And it's your typical like Pokemon Snap where you have to kind of center. It breaks all the rules of photography. I hate it. You have to like zoom in and like get like a really close shot of everyone, and it's bad. But I like the fact that there's a mini game around photography that I think unlocks like more decor for your room. It's the perfect side stuff. Everyone's like, oh, I don't play that. We don't do it. It's not important. And this is the first time, maybe one of the few times I will tell chat like, cool, maybe you don't like it. I do, and we're going to have fun with it. So chat's probably not going to like that. We've got a new cook. I was getting a little over Meowscooler Chef, like I said. Meowscooler Chef I found was getting a little cringy. But now, forget Meowscooler Chef, because we have Gran Meow Chef, I think, who is the most wholesome character ever. I just want to protect her from everything. I've got my little grandma cat. She makes the most heartwarming food that I just never want to leave her kitchen, and I just want to eat everything she gives me. Oh, so wholesome. Oh, pet that meat. This is so less intense than the other place. Oh, we're making a roast. Oh, look at that gravy. Oh, that warms the soul. Oh, she's got glasses too. On the bread. Oh my god. How do they make these characters so awesome? Actually, the humans are really boring in Monster Hunter, but the cats, they have so much personality. The Monster Hunter film was a mistake, not just because of everything they did. They focused on the wrong characters. Forget the monsters, forget the humans. Just have a Palico film, a film about Palicos, a film about a Palico that needs to keep his grandma happy by foraging for food so that she can make her recipes and feed all the family cats. I would watch that. Anyways, enough about the cats. Then we have another mini game, which is a fuel game. I don't really understand what this game was. You mash buttons and you get items. Seems like that doesn't seem like a game to me. That seems like a random item giver. But still cool that it's there. So those are all kind of the new elements that really stood out to me that I like. The first enemy that we jumped into, and by the way, context, I was given a lot of warning that Iceborne would be scary, that I would get destroyed by monsters. So I was going in with a lot of fear. And they even said like the defender armor that I got from Monster Hunter World is completely useless in Iceborne, which I'm like, good, because that's my entry armor and we're going to replace it as soon as we can. But I was afraid of getting destroyed. So we encountered our first monster, which is a stupid fish, the Biototus. And at first I'm like, oh, why is it got to be a fish? I hate fish. Turns out Biototus is quite fun. I really enjoyed fighting him once I learned his pattern. I like that there was snow, and he's like, I love the fact that I have my new combo, so I can like get him out of the snow, do my combos, clutch claw him. I had a lot of fun with that fight, and the challenge level was just right. Like, he was keeping me on my toes. I was able to unleash a lot of damage on him. It was just pure bliss on how to start this game. And then to make it even better, his armor set is so damn cool. It's like blue, it has like sharp edges, and it just looks like the coolest armor ever. So I'm like, I'm gonna go fight the fish again. I never thought I would say that, but I'm like, I will farm this fish until I get the armor. And I feel like you're getting more armor pieces from Iceborne monsters compared to Monster Hunter World. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but I was getting pieces far more frequent. So in Monster Hunter World high rank, I would kill a monster and I would never have enough pieces to make the armor. Here, I kill him once and I can forge one piece of armor. I'm like, that's a good progression for me. Fantastic fight, really loved it. Banbaro, the moose, aka the Anjanath moose, Moosanath. Also, fun fight, very different mechanic. Again in the snow, he's like this massive train and just kept me on my toes the whole time, changed up his mechanics. A few times Biototus showed up and like strangled him and did like 1,000 damage on it. I was like, oh my god, this is so crazy. And it was big. I love big monsters, so like, bring on big monsters. Love fighting it. Again, another fun fight. So we're now 2 for 2 for really good fights, and I killed it. No, I don't think I carded. Unfortunately, his armor sucks. It's like a big woolly like coat of fur, and I'm just like, this is too much. So, but so far the fights are fun. The fact that I can actually grind out my first Iceborne monster and start getting my first master rank armor, that gets me excited, because I'm like, I'm organically using what the game is giving me to progress. And I was reading a lot of feedback on how to progress from high rank to master rank, and everybody was giving me so much like messaging of, oh, you got to hunt this, you got to farm this is going to be really hard, master rank is no joke, it's going to be hard. I was like, oh my god, what am I going to do? What, like, is the game going to just hit hard? Everyone's like, Iceborne hits hard. But the fact that Biototus and Banbaro felt like a natural progression to the other monsters, and that I'm able to farm them, and that I want to farm them to get armor, my first master rank armor, I'm like, this is perfect. This is perfect. There's nothing wrong here. So I don't know if I've just thrown way too much energy at the camera, but man, I can't wait to go back into Iceborne. I love this game. I love this game. Like, Iceborne, Monster Hunter World I liked. Monster Hunter World Iceborne I love. And I just want to play it again. So I can't wait till we do the next stream. I just want to, like, okay, I want to farm this armor. Like I said, I'm in no hurry now, so it's all about, let's just keep killing these monsters. Let's get our combos down now that I have like cool new moves. And let's just progress. I know that there's a big nasty dragon at the end of this DLC. I know that people are like, you will never be able to defeat Fatalis. Maybe not never, but ha ha ha. Let's see what you do against Fatalis. And that's the goal. That's the goal. That's who I want. That's who I've got. Like, that's who I'm seeing at the top of the mountain over there. And that's who I want to fight. So I can't wait till we get there. All right, I'll see you on the next journal. And until then, keep it classy.